Retro-inspired horror games have been around for years now, and let's be honest, many of them don't hit the same way anymore. But, there are a lot of talented indie developers that pop up here and there every day, and sometimes they can surprise you. When I first launched Heartworm, I wasn't expecting anything special, but to be honest, it turned out to be a really engaging experience. What is it, and why should you try it? All in this video. Welcome to a trip through trauma, fear, and hope, because this is what Heartworm is about. But first, who's the developer? Vincent Adinolfi is an indie enthusiast and a fan of the horror genre from the United States. He works on a lot of different things, from music and tutorials to videos and video games. Heartworm took years to develop, and after the game's successful release, he went on to launch an independent collective called The Attic Door, focused on game development. By the way, based on information from Vincent's Patreon and the official Attic Door website, he's working on a new RPG roguelike codenamed Starborn, so stay tuned. But what about Heartworm? Sam is the main character of Heartworm. She lost her grandfather and is really struggling to move on. His death leaves her deeply traumatized, and she starts searching for a way to reach the afterlife. She finds an internet forum that is full of rumors about a remote house in the mountain that can give access to the afterlife. Despite all the warnings about how dangerous this place is, she sets out to find that house and reveal its secrets. That is where this game starts. Sam arrives at the abandoned house, which looks like a mess now but still feels very ordinary. Once inside, she finds herself in a messed up house full of traces of life that had once been there for years. Everywhere you go, you can find notes that tell the story of the family that lived here before. From these notes, we learn that an ordinary family once lived here until the mother fell ill and died, shattering what remained of their lives. With all that weight and guilt, just like Sam, the father was trying to find a way to stop the pain of losing someone he loved. Exploring this big house leads you all the way to the attic, where you find the mysterious door and a note. The door serves as a gateway to the afterlife that the father used to reach the other side. He wanted answers for himself, for everyone who had lost their loved ones. There's a huge hole in the door, big enough to put an object inside. Walking through the house, you find new locations and solve puzzles in order to find the missing pieces of an emblem. And after you find both, you can combine them and use the emblem to open the attic door. Sam ends up in what appears to be the afterlife she had been searching for. There's a bunch of stairs that lead to a door that is shut tight. On her way back, a black portal appears, and suddenly a figure in red runs out of it. After trying to escape, Sam ends up in something that looks like the afterlife world she'd been trying to find for a long time. This world feels like a mosaic made from fragments of her memories. All the locations are familiar: schools, neighborhoods, hospitals, offices, all places she'd been through before. But something feels weird. Just like a dream, everything here is illogical and wrong. But that's not the only problem. Weird white silhouettes appear here. The only thing that can help us is our camera. The camera flash neutralizes them, and this is our only way to defend ourselves. While exploring locations, Sam has to face her fears, which are presented as bosses, such as the Mutated Deer, the giant spider, which only appears if arachnophobia mode is turned on, and finally, the Tapekeeper. His design feels like a physical manifestation of Sam's grief, fear, and tangled memories. In order to move on, she has to collect the photographs and put them in the archive. The more you collect, the better the ending. There are 3 photographs in total, and each ending depends on how many of them you collect. If you collect none of them, Sam won't move on from her grief. If you collect 1 or 2, you get a neutral ending. Sam begins to process her trauma, but the consequences continue to haunt her. If you collect all 3, you get the best ending. She accepts her loss, moves on from the trauma, and chooses to live in the present. Just like I said at the very start of the video, I lowered my expectations to the floor when I launched Heartworm, but damn, that was really good. Starting with the plot, it gave me chills. That fear, the fear of losing your loved ones and losing your life, and the way Vincent plays it out is just amazing. From beginning to end, her emotions felt believable. I believed her story. I believed in her fears. Death is inevitable. It's just a matter of time before it touches us. Time passes frighteningly fast, and that idea sits at the core of the game. The location design is great. Everything feels like a fever dream, and that's exactly what I expected it to be. It feels like childhood memories twisted into something uncanny and dreamlike. And the music, oh my, it fits the setting. Every location in the game has its own recognizable soundtrack. What's more, Vincent uses it really well because where needed, there's almost no sound at all, and that makes you feel the atmosphere of the room or location through the screen really well. The overall style of the game also deserves a mention. Unlike other retro-style horror games, which often get reduced to first-person hide-and-seek gameplay, this game takes from the best of the horror of the 90s and the 2000s. Fixed cameras are the things I love most in Heartworm, a great homage to the early Resident Evil games. Silent Hill, Alan Wake, and others. Vincent and his team took the best from those games and combined them, which made a great mix of ideas that were done well. The camera angles were nicely worked out, and I never had much trouble navigating the environments. The inventory system is just like in Resident Evil, and it's good because it really fits well in Heartworm. You can also combine items inside your inventory to make a first aid kit or reload your camera, for example. That's a really nice mechanic that makes Heartworm much more interesting. My biggest gameplay issue is combat. After a while, fighting the same ghosts over and over starts to feel repetitive. Still, in terms of atmosphere, visuals, and structure, it delivers exactly what I want from a PS1-style horror game. The environments and graphics were done really well, and most of the mechanics are really interesting, and I never had the feeling that I'd played this 100 times before. But here's the thing. It's a solid game, yes, but not a solid horror game. It's just not scary. Gameplay and mechanics are well executed, but there's no horror. Even a slight shudder is a big win. This is the biggest problem. The setup is fantastic, but the execution doesn't always deliver on the fear factor. I really liked it, but what's a horror game when it's not scary? Great game, really bad horror. After all that, I still like this game. The story really pulled me in. It's not about monsters and killers, it's about us. Who knows what can happen to you in even a minute? Death is a scary thing that awaits us all. It's always hard to move on after losing someone that you love, but that's how life works. All I can say is, live in the present, don't forget your close friends and family before it's too late, and take care of yourself.